Good morning, Roadrunners, and happy Friday, March 27th. Here's our agenda today. Number one, I'm going to show you what I want you to write in the quarter four ELA assignment tracker. Number two, we're going to go over the independent practice questions from yesterday in the AZ Merit Practice Journal. Those were the questions on pages 15 through 19. Number four, I'm going to explain to you how to take the AZ Merit Practice Quiz on Edulastic today. And then for attendance today, you need to complete the Edulastic AZ Merit Practice Quiz by today to be counted as present for ELA today. All right. So at this time, I would like you guys to have your AZ Merit Practice Journal open to page 15, but I would also like you to have your quarter four ELA assignment tracker open up as well. Okay, and when you open it, it should be blank and it will look like this, just like we did last quarter. We're going to update this by putting the name of the assignment, the date it was assigned, the due date, the points in the class it's for, and then if you turned it in, and then what grade you got on. So the first assignment I want you to type is the AZ Merit Practice Journal, week 2. The date I assigned that to you guys was on last Monday, the first quote-unquote first day we came back from spring break. Due date is today, the 27th, and that this journal's worth 13 points because there's 13 pages with questions on it. I know there's 19 pages total, but I'm not counting the pages that just have text on them. So it's 13 points, 1 point for each page with questions, and that is for the reading effort grade. And then this part, did I turn this in? Well, hopefully by today you will be turning this in. You can put an X or a yes, and then you won't get your grade back until I get done grading them this weekend. Second assignment that I want you to add is the Common Lit article, President Obama's speech. I also posted that last Monday. Last day to do that is today. That Common Lit article, there's a link for you on Google Classroom if you're not sure. You can also just go straight to Google, Common Lit and log in using your Google Classroom password and email. And that's worth 10 points reading effort, which is why it's yellow. Hopefully we'll turn that in by today as well. And there's one more reading effort assignment I posted on Google Classroom, and I still am missing some of those responses, it seems like. Real quick, let me just show you what it looks like. This is the what are your dreams for success question. Okay. Also be sure that you're responding to other students. Okay. But I am missing this from quite a few students. Just this is 7C's homeroom, for example. And I know a lot of you students have been on because you've been working on your AZ Merit Practice Journal. But please make sure that you're also posting your answer to this. It's an easy 5 points, as you can see. You just need to post what your dreams for success are and respond to at least one student. And that's going to be, I'm going to call that, we'll just call it Dreams for Success Google Classroom question. Looks like I posted that on the 17th. Today is the last day. Today's the day you should be definitely doing it. And that's worth 5 points reading effort. Type yes when you turn it in. Okay, the last thing, and it's a different color, is because it's an academic grade, and this is the AZ Merit Practice Quiz. QUIA quiz. and that's going to be assigned today, the 27th. The due date for that quiz is the 27th, because remember, I want you to do it for it to count for attendance, and that's worth 10 points reading academic. And we're not going to type yes in yet, but you will be able to get your grade back on this Edulastic quiz right away. So as soon as you get your grade, I want you to type your grade in right here, type your scoring right here, okay? And I'll explain a little bit about that once we go over that part of the Edulastic practice quiz. Okay, so this is what your assignment tracker should look like currently, okay? You can pause the screen here, and you can update your ELA assignment tracker to look like this one. All right, so back to the AZ Merit Practice Journal. Yesterday I had you read this second persuasive text called Students Benefit from Foreign Language Classes, and then answer the 4 questions that have to do with this article. Question 1. Let's go over the review now. Question 1. Which of the following statements are not reasons the author gives to support the claim? Choose all that apply. All right. So let's start with question A. Moving down the list, question A is asking us, or option A is asking us, job applicants who are bilingual are likely to find a job more quickly. Does it mention this in the article? Yes, guys, it does mention it in the article. It mentions A in the article. Just to be sure, if you don't believe me, it mentions in paragraph number 8, actually, right on this page, it says the need to serve people who speak other languages creates an even greater demand for bilingual employees. Job applicants who are bilingual are much more likely to obtain a job in a reasonable amount of time. All right, so we can put paragraph. But remember, the question's asking what statements aren't the reasons the author gives to support the claim. So we're not going to highlight A. We're just we're just making sure that we can prove this was in the article. Because it was in the article, we're not going to highlight it. Because again, the question's asking which statements are not reasons the author gives to support their claim. The second option, B, says learning a second language at an early age improves children's cognitive skills. It also mentions this in the text as well. It mentions this on the 3rd paragraph. So back on the first page, if you look about halfway through paragraph 3, it says, for example, by learning a second language at an early age, children improve their cognitive skills. Cognitive means thinking skills. So there you go. Right there in paragraph 3, the author mentions that learning a second language improves a child's cognitive or thinking skills. Do we highlight it? No, we don't highlight it because, again, the question's asking which of the following are not reasons the author gives to support their claim. Okay, C, children who are bilingual are better at making friends. Never mentions that, guys. Trust me. If we read through the article, and then if you scan for the words friends, it never appears. So this is one of the reasons that he doesn't this is not given. This is not a reason the author gives to support the claim. D, more employers are seeking bilingual employees. That does get mentioned in the text. Right here, it says, if you look halfway through paragraph 8 again, paragraph 8 says, for some of these Spanish is their only language. Employees in healthcare and government positions must be able to speak Spanish to successfully serve and care for their Spanish-speaking patients and customers. Oh, just kidding. Your evidence, it's going to be here in paragraph 6. Right here, it says many employers need employees who speak a second language so they can successfully interact with international business partners and clients. Okay, so there we go. Lots of employers, people who hire workers, they need workers who can speak a second language. So there you go. That's proof in paragraph 6. The author uses this reason as proof. Many employers are seeking bilingual employees. Okay, last reason, E. Students who are bilingual are more likely to graduate from college. It never mentions this in the text either. So C and E both don't get mentioned. So C and E are statements that the author does not use to support their claim. Okay, moving down to question 2. This question has 2 parts. First, answer part A, then answer part B. Part A, what claim does the author make in paragraph 6? A. Learning a foreign language has no effect on a student's future. B. Students who learn a second language are at a disadvantage when trying to find work in the future. C. Students who learn a second language will be better off in the future than those who have not. Or D. All businesses will require employees to learn a foreign language. So again, you want to go straight to paragraph 6. Take a look at what it says. We'll reread the whole paragraph just to be sure. And it says, as students grow older, those who have acquired a second language will be better prepared for the future. The 21st century economy is a global economy. More companies are doing business abroad. Many employers need employees who speak a second language so they can successfully interact with international business partners and clients. Numerous jobs in hospitality, information technology, healthcare, and government require applicants to be bilingual. Again, the question 2, part A is asking, what is the author's claim in this paragraph? And the claim the author is making is C. Students who learn a second language will be better off in the future than those who have not. Why would they be better off in the future? Because they're more able to find a career in the future. As it says in the very first sentence of paragraph 6, which is where you typically find the claim, it says, as students grow older, those who have acquired a second language will be better prepared for the future. And then the rest of this paragraph provides reasons to support this claim. Right? Obviously, A would not be part of the author's claim because the whole author's purpose is to show us that learning a foreign language has a positive effect for students' future. So it's definitely not A. B. Students who learn a second language are at a disadvantage when trying to find work in the future. Again, that doesn't match this author's overall claim at all. It's the opposite. And then D, all businesses will require employees to learn a foreign language. It never says all businesses will require it. It just says that many businesses prefer to hire employees with a foreign language, but as of now, it's not a requirement from all businesses. So that's not an option. Part B, which evidence best supports the answer to part A? And we have A. However, even 2 years of study is a step in the right direction, so learn a new language. That just tells us, that's more so telling us how you learn a second language. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this one. B. Many language experts agree that it is easier to learn a foreign language as a child. The whole claim here is about students who learn a second language will be better off in the future. This just talks about how it's easy to learn a second language when you're a child. So B is not the correct answer. C. Numerous jobs in hospitality, information technology, healthcare, and government require applicants to be bilingual. Or D, I'm just going to go over these two. In order for the United States to survive in the global marketplace, more American students need to be fluent in other languages. Okay. So again, the claim here is that students who learn a second language will be better off in the future than those who have not. C is talking about how lots of jobs require the workers to be bilingual. D is talking about how the country, the United States, has to survive by having students be fluent in other language. Okay, the claim in C is not about the whole country. It's just about individuals who learn second languages. So therefore, the correct answer for part B is going to be C. Okay. Question 3. Read the sentences below. First, fill in the author's claim in the chart. Then write the reason and evidence the author gives to support the claim in your chart. We have our, in order, claim, reason, evidence. The claim is the main point the author is trying to make. The reason is the opinion that supports their claim, and the evidence are all the little facts, statistics, examples to support the reason. So we have these following sentences. Learning a foreign language at a young age provides many benefits both in and out of school. Eliminating foreign language requirements would be a disservice to our students. In addition, some research shows that children who study a foreign language perform better on standardized math tests than studies who do not study a foreign language. Okay, so out of these three options, which one is the author's claim, their overall claim? Well, it's definitely not this one because this is a little hint. If it's a really long sentence or more than one sentence, it's likely it's too long to be a claim. This just shows us examples. And then this one says eliminating foreign language requirements would be a disservice to students, or learning a foreign language at a young age provides many benefits both in and out of school. Okay. Out of these two sentences here, sentence 2 is actually the claim. Eliminating foreign language requirements would be a disservice to our students. That's the claim because the author's whole purpose of this text is to persuade students to take foreign language classes. Okay, the whole purpose of this is for students to be able to take foreign language classes. And they're saying if you get rid of these foreign language requirements, that would be a disservice or something bad to do to our students. So let's just black that one out. And then sentence 2, we're looking for a reason now. The reason is sentence 1. Learning a foreign language at a young age provides many benefits both in and out of school. This is their reason to support their claim. This is an opinion, okay? But they're going to support this opinion with their evidence. And the one that's the evidence is here. In addition, some research shows that children who study a foreign language perform better on a standardized math test than students who do not study a foreign language. So this evidence is a fact. Evidence should be facts. They should be something you can prove. And we know that's a fact because the part that says some research shows. So people have actually gone out, scientists have gone out and researched this and studied it, and they found out as a fact that some children who study a foreign language perform better than students who do not study it. And one thing you can kind of notice when you look at a claim, reason, and evidence is that the claim, the sentence for the claim, is the shortest, okay? And that's how it should be. The claim should be clear and simple because you're going to spend the rest of the essay supporting your claim. So then we move on to the reason. It's a little bit longer than the claim, a little bit more detail here. And then we have evidence, which is the longest sentence of all, and it provides the most details to support the reason and the claim. So usually, yes, claim is the shortest, the simplest, the clearest. The reason, a little bit more detailed than the claim, and then the evidence. Usually sentences with evidence are the longest because they have to talk about the research, they have to talk about an example, they have to mention percentages or statistics, so it's going to be a little bit longer to provide those examples and where they come from. Okay, last page. Lesson 6, guided practice example. Okay, I don't know why I'm reading that. We already know that. Okay, let's move down to question 4. Question 4. Match the persuasive technique to the examples from the text. Refer to this page for a reminder on these terms. And we have our 3 techniques here that we're going to find examples of. Bandwagon appeal, generalizations, and testimonials. Remember, testimonials are, I'm going to start with testimonials because I do generally find them the easiest to pick up. So, testimonial is a statement from an expert or a celebrity. Whoops. And out of these three examples, the testimonial is this box where it says, according to Teresa Cacavalli, president of the National Network for Early Language Learning, foreign language learning increases critical thinking skills, creativity, and flexibility of mind in young children. That's a testimonial. Some of you might be thinking, why isn't this one a testimonial? It has the word expert in it. The reason that this isn't a testimonial is because a testimonial almost always is mention someone specific. Okay, this doesn't mention any specific expert, it just says many language experts. A testimonial also almost always has quotation marks because it's taking someone else's words. So these are the words of the expert Teresa Cacavalli. That's why this is a testimonial. This one, many language experts agree that it's easier to learn a foreign language as a child, would be considered a bandwagon appeal. Because they're saying that you should jump on this bandwagon of what these experts are saying. Of course, they're never specifically saying what experts, so that makes it more of a bandwagon appeal also. It just says that many of the experts agree it's easier to learn a foreign language as a child. And then you're supposed to infer that, well, if a lot of language experts believe this, then I should believe it too. And then the last one is a generalization. And the generalization one is the last one down here. Yet never has foreign language instruction been so important. That's a generalization, especially when you ever see the word never. That's a generalization because it's a little extreme, it's a little exaggerated. Same thing with the word always. Just like those words, everybody, nobody, those are all generalizations because it's really hard to say this as a fact. It's a generalization. Okay, so after you go back and fix your errors for pages 17 through 19, you can go ahead and also check back your pages from earlier. Okay, guys, this is the last day that I'm going to be going over the Easy Merit Practice Journal, but here's the thing. You still are responsible for finishing the pages from earlier, including the very first pages that I posted last week. I know some of you didn't have technology available until recently this week, but that shouldn't matter. You should still be able to complete this for practice, and it will be counted as part of the grade on this assignment. So if you're missing part of these pages, then your grade's going to be a bit lower on this assignment. So before you turn it in, please make sure you also are completing these pages from earlier, the poetry practice from last week. Okay? If you are complete with all the pages, every single page, including the poetry runs from last week, then you can turn it in, but I'd prefer if you did not turn this in until it's all the way complete, because if you turn it in and you're missing half the pages, I'm just going to tell you to finish it and send it back. Okay? Okay, for the Easy Merit Practice Quiz, which is also going to be how I count attendance today, it's going to be on Edulastic. It's going to be called the Easy Merit Practice Quiz number 1. There's going to be a picture of the U.S. Marine Band playing a song. It's going to make sense once you read this article on the quiz. And then the quiz is 8 questions, although some of them are 2-part questions. And they're all based on this article called The President's Own. It's not a very long article. It's only 3 paragraphs. And these questions were pulled directly from the Easy Merit portal. So as you see, just like on Easy Merit, they use different types of questions. There's multiple choice, but there's also a couple matching ones where to do this, you would drag these little boxes and match them to the right president. Just like on Easy Merit, there's different kinds of questions. There's a fill in the blank question for number 4. And there's a couple 2-part questions, and then there's a question where you have to choose 2 correct answers. When you're finished, you should be able to see your score. Now, when it comes to retakes, there won't be any retakes during this time period, just because it's a little bit difficult to implement. Maybe in the future for online classes there will be, but for this quiz there won't be any retakes. Instead, what we're going to do on Monday is I'm going to introduce this student reflection form for every question we got wrong on the Easy Merit practice quiz. And then let's say you got like question 2 incorrect, then if you want to get 50% credit on question 2, you fill out this box for question 2. So that's one way to boost up your grade, is to fill out this question reflection form for every question you got wrong on the Easy Merit practice quiz. Okay, I'm not gonna assign this on Google Classroom until Monday, just to give you some time to look over it, and then on Monday I'll explain in more detail what I want you to do with this. Because I don't want to throw a bunch of information at you all at once. Just worry about doing the quiz good, and then on Monday I will explain how to do this. But again, we're not going to have retakes on this. You can still earn a lot of partial credit though for this test taking form. Once you finish your quiz, go ahead and put your score in the ELA assignment tracker right here. Easy Merit Practice at Gelastic Quiz. You're going to type in yes, you turned it in, because once you're done, you turn it in. And then what grade you get on it, you would put your grade in. How awesome would it be if you got 100%? But again, don't worry if you get lower than that, because again, if you fill out this form for each question you got wrong, you get partial credit. And again, we'll go over that on Monday. Okay, that actually wraps it up for today's online video. So what you have to do again for attendance to count is to take your Easy Merit Practice Test number 1, and then I'll come check to see if you completed it and put you into our attendance for the day. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know, and have a good weekend.